The man risked getting fired by writing suggestions to his company about not making money against their conscience. But by the next day he regretted it, because those suggestions from last night had hit his boss's nerve. But now the die was cast. He could only bite the bullet and head to the office. But just as he was bracing for the storm, all the employees unexpectedly applauded him, because he had said what every worker wanted to say but didn't dare.
How long did you do? About a week.
Little did he know that the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. He was indeed ruthlessly fired by the company. The company not only secretly stole the clients he had built up over the years, but also made him pack up and leave immediately. Faced with his boss's coldness and ruthlessness, Jerry still held on to a glimmer of hope for a comeback. He hoped to take his most loyal subordinates with him, and start his own entrepreneurial journey. But when he eagerly extended invitations to everyone, his colleagues were all afraid of the risk. Not a single person was willing to follow him. Even his hand-picked assistant chose to refuse without hesitation, in order to stay at the company for promotion and a raise. In this desperate situation with no support, Jerry had to put on a brave face to hide his inner embarrassment. He could only take the little fish he had bought with him. But just then, a woman suddenly stood up.
I will go with you.
Dorothy Boyd, thank you.
And so they left the company under everyone's surprised gazes. However, Jerry never dreamed that this woman who risked everything to follow him would completely change his life. Jerry was originally a successful sports agent with unlimited prospects. He managed over 70 top athletes. He was handsome, wealthy, and had exceptional business skills. He was the golden boy of his sports management company. But beneath that glamorous facade, Jerry gradually discovered that the company had only focused on profits in recent years. As the number of athletes increased dramatically, the entire industry became increasingly corrupt. The quality of athletes also declined. Jerry often had to clean up their various messes. Even when a player was hospitalized for the fourth injury, the company still encouraged him to continue competing. The athlete's son looked at Jerry with hopeful eyes, hoping he could stop the company and help his father somehow.
It would take a tank to stop your dad. It would take all 5 Super Trooper VR warriors to stop your dad. Right?
Fuck you.
The boy's words made Jerry fall into deep thought. He began to question the meaning of this job, and whether he had lost his original direction in the pursuit of profit. So he risked everything to suggest to the company that they reduce the number of clients and give more personal care to clients. Unexpectedly, he was ruthlessly fired by the company. Fortunately, on this all-or-nothing path, Dorothy was willing to follow him. But Dorothy's sister didn't approve of her impulsive decision, because Dorothy was a single mother, whose son's expenses all depended on her salary. Now she was going to follow someone with an uncertain future to start a business. Even though Dorothy knew the risks involved, she still chose to believe in Jerry without hesitation, because what she valued wasn't just Jerry's ability, but also his heartfelt passion and sincerity. However, Jerry didn't disappoint Dorothy. To salvage his last lifeline, he traveled thousands of miles to the home of popular star player Kush. Before entering, he took a deep breath, because without the company's powerful backing, he no longer had his former confidence. Fortunately, before Jerry could fully explain why he left the company, Kush expressed his willingness to choose him as his agent, and they reached a verbal agreement on the spot. Although they hadn't officially signed yet, this was undoubtedly a beacon of light in the darkness for Jerry. It rekindled his fighting spirit. He couldn't wait to tell Dorothy the good news.